So what happens if you get yourself into trouble with a credit card and you have a big balance on your credit card? You would be wondering, how long will it take me to pay off this credit card if I make a payment of $500 a month? Or how long will it take me to pay off my credit card if I make a payment of $20 per month? And so we can answer those sorts of questions using this formula. It is the number of fixed payments required to pay off credit card debt. And it answers a specific question: how long will it take to pay off my credit card balance of $8 if I make a payment of payment dollars? And here's the formula, and we have one little piece that's kind of different than what we've seen before, but the rest of the variables are pretty much what we've looked at before. So I'll explain each one as we go. So the R stands for the required number of months for you to be able to pay off the balance. And that's the variable that we're solving for. So we are trying to find the number of months. And so that R is in months. So if you want to have it as years, you take the number of months divided by 12 to get years. So years, number of months divided by 12, because there are 12 months in a year. So the A is normally the ending amount. In this specific case, it is the credit card balance that you're trying to pay off. The PMT is the payment amount, what you're going to pay each month. The R is the credit card APR as a decimal. The N is the number of compoundings, and we'll generally use 12 because we're talking about the number of payments in a year for a credit card, which is monthly. And then log is a mathematical function that undoes an exponent. And I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about logs. And if you're really interested in learning more about logs, you can look it up on Google, and there will be tons of information there. But in terms of this class, we just need to use the log function to undo exponents in the original annuities function. And so that's what we're doing here. So this is just, the full name for it is logarithm, and it is the opposite of 10 to some variable power. And we will use the log button on your calculator, which is right there, the log. That's the log that we're going to use. There's one note I need to tell you about this formula. So if your payment is too small, the PMT that you choose, this formula will give you an error when you find the negative log in the numerator. And that's this part here. When you take that negative log of what you calculate here, you'll get an error. And that means that you're not paying enough money to cover the finance charge. So let's take a quick look over here. Say we had a $658 balance on our account, and with this interest rate and this billing cycle, our interest or finance charge is going to be $13.96. Say I only paid $10 because that was my minimum payment. Well, I'm going to end up not even covering the interest rate. And so it's kind of a backward situation. So you always, if you're going to make smaller payments, you always want to make more than the finance charge is going to be, so that you don't get to the point where you owe way more than you ever charged on that credit card. And that's what you'll see here. You'll get a negative log. When you do the negative log, you'll get an error for that.